Hello everyone. So today I thought I'll probably share how I learn a new technology or anything new with the help of org mode. Now I have made plenty of videos on org mode. I have shared how I have been using it. I have of course talked about and also made blog posts on different type of things, and I think org mode can literally change your life if you start using it. If you use the power of org mode to just take notes and also plan your work if you have to. Now one good example of taking notes, or I should say one good example of learning a new technology or anything new, if you are into IT or if you are like me. For example, I am a developer, I'm a consultant, I write code, I have to learn new technology, I have to learn new things on a regular basis. That is the only way to survive, because there are so many things happening in IT. There are so many things that we have to learn and relearn on a regular basis. So I'm using this word relearn because let us say you learn something today, you want to make sure that you are able to revise it, you are able to maybe go back to what you learned maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago or maybe last month or last week, because uh, you have to you have to rely on these notes. Now whenever I learn something, let us say I'm writing a, or I should say whenever I'm reading a new book, or I'm maybe following a tutorial, or I may be doing a course on Udemy, I make a lot of my notes, my personal notes. And the good thing about org mode is that not only you can make notes, if you are especially learning, let us say, a programming language, you can also do literate programming within your org mode. And I have, by the way, talked about it in few of my videos where I have shown how you can include snippets of code within your org file, and then of course you can also run those particular code snippets. Of course, it depends whether you have that particular application installed on your computer or not, but there are a lot of possibilities. And the good thing is that everything is within your document. So the whole idea of this document is you can read it, you can share it with anyone else if you have to. And today I was actually learning Grafana. Now, Grafana is a tool that organizations use for monitoring and visualization. So basically, whenever you have data, let us say your log files, or maybe you want to monitor the system performance, for example, like maybe your CPU load or traffic, you can actually use Grafana to read this information from a data source, and it can of course create wonderful dashboards. And I am learning Grafana because it is directly related to my work, because this is what I do. This is my day job is. I'm a consultant and I have to basically learn these new things, new technologies. I'm sure Grafana is not really new, but new for me. And today I was of course trying to learn it myself. I was not really doing any Udemy course, but I was doing some Google search. So the way I learn a new technology or anything new is by creating a file in my local directory where I have my notes. And usually, if I'm learning something that I think I can also share with everyone, if I'm not really ashamed of it, I usually uh, also publish it on my blog, which is ravi.pro. So if you go to my website, one of my website, ravi.pro, you can find all my notes that are public. So if you go to blog, you'll find things here. For example, I was watching one video on history of Linux. So I basically made notes, and I always go back to my notes instead of watching the whole video from scratch. If I learned something about maybe, let us say, Arch Linux, I can, I'll make a note of it. And if I think I can share it, I do share it. So most of my notes are actually on my computer, but whether I want to make them public or not depends on the file name. So if the file name has this keyword draft anywhere, so basically if this is the extension, like if I like for example, I was learning Grafana, so I made this file called grafana.draft.org. So the way I've configured my org file, my org publishing configurations, it will ignore the file. But the moment I'm ready for this to be published, I will rename it. So I was learning Grafana, so the first thing I did, I of course went to Grafana website and I tried to understand what exactly Grafana is. And when you go to the website, of course, you can always go to, let us say, tutorials, and there are so many resources for different applications that people make them. I mean, company behind, or maybe the organization behind Grafana, they have this wonderful website, and they have the documentation and they have the tutorials. So I was basically following their tutorials, and I was also at the same time watching a YouTube video. So I think YouTube is great because you can learn so many things without spending money. Of course, you have a computer, you're paying for your laptop, and you're also paying for your internet. But instead of watching stupid videos on YouTube, you can watch these wonderful tutorials from smart people. You can watch, for example, my videos in case you want to learn org mode, or maybe anything that I talk about. If you think I make decent videos, then please watch my videos if you can, and add a comment. I like it. So I was watching these videos, and whenever I watch a video, or whenever I'm doing any practice at the same time, for example, when you want to learn Grafana, you can of course sign up for a Grafana cloud instance, and you can actually immediately start using it. So I was actually able to configure my Grafana, and I will also show you my dashboard. So this particular instance of mine, and by the way, I will be sharing, first I'm learning Grafana, and whenever I think I have enough information about Grafana, I will definitely share it with all of you guys, because I've decided to learn it properly. And when you learn something, and when you also share it with others, it is a good feeling. It is a great thing, I believe, that you can do, because you can watch 10 videos on Grafana and you will probably not understand what is happening, because those videos are talking about a lot of details. But the way I learn things, the way I try to learn things, I try to basically learn it in a way so that I can explain it to someone else. For example, if you look at these dashboards, if you look at Grafana as an application, I think just like any other tool that you might be interested in learning, just like any other programming language or any other skill set that you want to acquire, I think you have to specify, or maybe you have to, in my opinion, think about the end goal. What exactly are you trying to do? So my objective is not to become an expert on Grafana at this stage. Maybe I will after 6 months, or maybe after 6 weeks or 6 years, I will be maybe a top-notch Grafana expert. But right now my objective is to understand enough Grafana so that I can not only explain it to someone, but I can also implement it for someone, maybe for a client, or maybe for myself, and that is my objective. So I need to do so I just don't want to know what is Grafana. I want to basically do a bit of a deep dive. And what I will be doing on my other channel, on my Ravi Sagar channel, I will be sharing tutorials and videos on how to set up Grafana, how to use Grafana. And these notes that I'm making on the right hand side are basically helping me and reminding me what I have to do, what I did maybe 2 weeks ago. So far I have been making these notes. For example, what is Grafana? So when I am ready to make a video on Grafana, for example, I will simply go and open this document, and I will simply start presenting it in my video, because I want to present it. I want to maybe talk about how you can also do the same thing. So this is the great thing about org mode. Not only you can make notes, not only you can capture what all you are learning or you have been learning, but when you're also ready to share it with everyone, you can actually also use your notes and present it. So you can also make a presentation out of it. So I have actually I think talked about it in one of my video, no, in fact couple of my videos where I have actually talked about how you can also present your notes, your org. I'm just trying to find the exact command. Let me just search it very quickly. So I forgot the actual command, but let me show you something wonderful. So if I want, I can actually do Control CAS and I can do presentation, and it will basically perform a search within my org files. So I can actually find this particular note of my own. So I can actually find the command. So basically the command is, let me just try to, okay, so I think it is, so we have to first install org tree slide, which is already installed. Okay, so org tree slide mode. So let us say, yeah, let us go back to the file. Okay, so let us say you're ready to present it to someone. So what you can do org tree slide. I don't have shortcuts for all of them, but org tree slide mode, and now we have this presentation. Of course, I remember the key bindings, so if I press F6, it will go to the next header or subheader. So these are the notes that I was making today, and as you can see, these notes look quite decent. Of course, these are rough notes, but if I have to present it to someone, maybe I want to show off my newly acquired skill on Grafana, I can do that. So right now we are looking at dashboard. Now within dashboard, I learned that you can also, there is a concept of metric that can of course show you some matrices, but there is also a way where you can configure Grafana to look at your log files and how to start using it. You can do these things. And by the way, there is also this ability in your org file where you can add footnotes. For example, let us say you want to add a footnote here. It could be, or maybe I think it's probably at the very end. So maybe you want to add a footnote here. Maybe it is referring to something. So you can actually press Control C, Control X, and F, and you can then insert a footnote like this is a footnote. And these footnotes are great because, and by the way, let me show you the reason why you want to add a footnote. So maybe you have a very big document where you may have maybe some references to other maybe references to other videos, or maybe you want to redirect your users to a different place, maybe a different site or a YouTube video, or maybe you want to add some additional information. So let us say if I'm looking at this particular footnote, and if I navigate this, so I can do Control C, Control O, it will take me back to the original point. Or of course you can do the vice. You can do vice versa. And the thing is that when you're looking at your blog post, let me open one of my blog posts where I will show you that these footnotes are actually also, when you export the file and when you publish it, by the way, you can expect these footnotes to be also exported for you so that you can refer to them. So let me try to find. So these are the footnotes, by the way. And if you click on, let us say this particular 1, 2, 3, these are of course my footnotes, but let us say if I'm reading this particular document, so you're wondering, by the way, there is a spelling mistake, which I think I should fix. So you're wondering if Emacs can be used to do blah, blah, blah. So if there's a footnote, if I click on it, I'll be taken back to this particular, I'll be taken to the footnote. So these are the things that you can, amazing things that you can do with the org mode. because when you're making notes, you want to make notes that are not only for you, but even if the notes are just for you, but you may want to, of course, refer back to your notes after maybe few days or few weeks or few months or few years. And when these notes are organized in a way that can be understood by you or anyone nicely, then I think that is the best thing that you can do. Because when you are learning something, you should learn it with an objective, with some agenda in your mind, and the notes that you're making or whatever skills that you're acquiring, I think you should build up on the existing work that you do. And if you're like me, who is doing so many things in a single day, like for example, I wake up at 4 o'clock, I start my day with doing some work on Node.js. Then I do my daily job, which is of course mostly involved with doing things on Jira, script runner, writing scripts in Groovy, doing a bit of Java development, doing a lot of automation, REST API, and when I'm making a video in the evening, or when I'm maybe learning something in the evening, maybe I'm trying to relax or wind down, I try to watch a video. But if I think I can make a note out of it, or maybe if I can capture the information or things that I just learned, I think it is a good feeling. So while we are talking to each other, while we are making this video, I think I will also fix this particular error in the in the document. So I'll search for our wondering, and I have found this, so I'll fix it straight away. Perfect. And I don't like I mean, if you can, so I have this simple objective, I have this simple I mean, the way I work, if I can do something in 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes, I do it straight away. Otherwise I will plan it for future. And if you're fixing something like this, it could be a code, it could be a fix in the code, or any small change, like let us say, if you're into development, I know that sometimes you can do things, fix things by maybe modifying just one variable name, or you know that it is not more than 2 minutes of your time. So do it straight away, don't delay it. But you can do these things when you have things organized. And I think org mode will help you in organizing your notes and your thoughts as well. And this is of course extremely important if you are learning a new technology like me. I'm learning Grafana, and I'm hoping to not only just learn what is Grafana, but I'm hoping to learn it to an extent where I can also confidently implement it for others. And I think that will be really satisfying. So that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.